everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another speed build, or well, mansion build, and today we're going to go ahead and build this modern Mediterranean mansion. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is real Thomas TV1. So I'm going to go ahead and put a card on screen now with some information about this build. So it came in at 359,302 simoleons. It has 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, and I built it on the 50 by 50 lot in Oasis Springs, and it took me about an hour and 30 minutes to do this, which is not a long time actually. It's on a 50 by 50 lot, which is a little bit smaller, and I was actually kind of surprised that it didn't take me that long because, you know, it's sort of like a style that I'm not really familiar with. You don't really see many modern builds on my channel, so I was kind of surprised it didn't really take me that long, and I actually worked on this over like quite a bit of time. I actually started this on the 14th, well, I mean the 14th of October, so there's only been about a week, but I kind of like was just not in the mood. I don't know why. I feel like I've been maybe burning myself out in the last couple of weeks. I don't really know why really, because you know I still love to do it, but I had some other things going on. I think I've talked a few times about the renovations we've been having on the house as well, so haven't really had a lot of time to kind of sit down because everything's been really hectic. But yeah, so it's been like about a week I've been working on it for like a few, like maybe, well, I don't know, I spread it over a couple of days. Some days I didn't do anything, some days, you know, I did a little bit, and here we are with the finished product. So this home as well is very simplistic. I feel like that is a very common thing you associate with modern builds, so I wanted to kind of incorporate that in this build, and also that is probably one of the reasons why it didn't take that long. And I did do a lot of outdoor spaces because I thought, you know, it's in Oasis Springs, built it in summer, I thought it'd be nice to have a few things there. So you can see we have the garage, which we kind of just worked on there at the front, which I did change into a gym. It's just, you know, a little bit more practical. I do that kind of all the time really for speed builds if I include a garage. And I also kind of put, well, there's a guest house at the back, but I actually changed it into just sort of like a sitting room. And I was going to make it into like a bedroom and stuff like that, but it just kind of fit a little bit better, I think, for the size. It was a little bit small. And it is on a 50 by 50 lot today, so things were a little bit I was going to say squiggled. What? Scaled. I don't know how I got those two mixed up. A little bit scaled down, so I couldn't really do, you know, as much as I would do in a normal 64 by 64 backyard. But anyway, I changed it into like a little sitting room, and I was thinking, you know, that might be nice since it is like a big, you know, 5-bedroom home, so it's probably going to be for a big family that's going to be living here. So maybe that's a space where your Sims can go afterwards if it's like, you know, everything's got a little bit too hectic and there's lots of kids running around and making noise, and that's maybe a little quiet space for your Sims. So you can see here that we're just working on the landscaping, and the exterior didn't really take me that long, so I did include a little bit more of the, well, I don't know, I kind of was going to include a little bit more of the landscaping. I do think you still see a little bit more, but it is, you know, the same style as what I do for pretty much all my speed builds. I do get a lot of questions still today about, you know, my landscape and how I do it and stuff, and if you don't know, I did actually do a landscaping tutorial a few months ago, so go ahead and check that out. You can, I'll probably forget to leave a link in the description, you know me. But you can just go over to my channel and use the little search feature and just type in landscaping or landscaping tutorial, and you'll probably easily find it. So if that's what you want to go ahead and see how I do it. And yeah, so right now we're just working again a little bit more on the landscaping, and we just kind of did like a curved path, and I thought I'd go ahead and sort of like, you know, follow the landscaping around with that too. I have a tendency to make the flower beds in these mansion builds way too big. There's nothing really wrong with that, but I just thought I'd switch it up. I have had a few comments of people mentioning that, so I thought I'd go ahead and just, you know, make the flower beds, what? Oh my god, I literally cannot speak. The flower beds a little bit kind of narrower, I guess I could say, just to kind of change things up a little bit. I mean, it's not really that different. Also, as well, I don't know if you could hear, but my voice is kind of like cracking a little bit today. I am recording this like earlier in the morning, so that is what tends to happen because I had my coffee not too long ago. And if you don't know, coffee actually dries out your voice, so that's probably one of the reasons why. I do tend to leave my voiceovers a little bit later in the day, but at the minute everybody's out the house, and this video goes up tomorrow for me. It's currently the 20th that I'm doing this voiceover on, so I really need to get this voiceover done now before I leave it any later. What I normally do is that I try to do the voiceover the day or 2 days before, and then, you know, the speed build can be done whatever time really. This, you know, sometimes it's a little bit in advance I do the speed build. For example, this speed build I did a week in advance, and I'm now doing the voiceover, you know, a week later. And then what I like to do is the night before, it normally works out as I render the video once I'm finished with my computer for the day. And you know, when I go downstairs or go out somewhere, whatever, I then render the video because I'm not at my PC, and my PC isn't the best, so I can't really render videos and do stuff on my PC at the same time, which is really irritating. And also, a render like this would take about 3 hours for like a 15.5-minute video, which is absolutely crazy. So I do have to kind of like just let the render go itself for the best results, really. And you know, it takes a little bit less time when I'm not doing anything else on my PC, so I do try to leave it until I'm finished with my PC for the day. And it's normally the night before, and then the morning of, I kind of upload the video and it's ready for 6:30 PM UK time. So that's kind of how things work. And yeah, so this is the kitchen area, and I actually really like this kitchen area. Now, there's one slight annoying thing about it, is that we didn't actually really get a, well, what you can say I did is I put a bar inside the island counters. Now you can see that we're using the jungle adventure, well, counters as well. And we did actually get a bar with jungle adventure. And what normally happens is if a pack has, you know, a bar and kitchen counters, they normally fit together, but for that particular bar, it didn't really do that, unfortunately, and it didn't really fit in with this sort of modern themed kitchen either, so I had to just go ahead and use one from base game. It kind of fits in alright. You can see how it doesn't perfectly fit in terms of the colours, slightly different, but I think, you know, it looks alright in the end. It's not really a major thing I need to worry about. And this is also the dining room too. I decided to make it like all in one place, since it is a pretty big room, and where you see those kind of big windows there next to the dining table is also where I have a glass roof. I thought it'd be nice to include some glass roofs in this build. I don't know how many we've got though, maybe 1 or 2, I can't exactly remember actually, but yeah, I think there's one other one as well. I'm not really too sure, to be honest, but yeah, I thought it was nice to kind of include it. I don't actually include glass roofs that often. I kind of like used it when we kind of got glass roofs added to the game because it was all exciting and stuff, and then it kind of died down a little bit. But you know, I probably, well, I feel like with suburban builds, it sometimes doesn't fit perfectly. So, you know, it's not really a major thing. I don't know why I'm talking about it so much. Anyway, so this is one of the living rooms here. Now, there is kind of a lot of seating space in this build. One, because it's a mansion, and two, I didn't want to end up making a ridiculous amount of bedrooms. So this room right here is kind of the more informal room. Well, it's kind of hard to say really, because we've got the TV here, and, you know, nice little seating area, which is, you know, you would think would be more of an informal type of room, because it's got a TV in it. And then the room that's kind of on the opposite side of the wall there, as you can see, I do go ahead and just put a plain fireplace in without a TV, so you would think that would be the more kind of formal room. But then that room, which I thought was going to be more formal, has a gaming table in, and then this one, which I thought was going to be more informal, has a full-on piano in it. So it's kind of hard to tell which one to be which, but honestly, it really doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm worried about it so much. Anyway, so yeah, we're just working on this little room here. You can see the little gaming table. I was going to do another seating area there, but I thought, you know what, there's plenty of seating spaces, we really don't need another one. So I thought that'd be, you know, something a little bit more practical, I suppose, and another little activity to do in the home, I suppose. And yeah, so I also will leave a link down below to the gallery, so you can go ahead and download it. And if you don't know, the online gallery is really great, because what you can do is once you're logged on the online gallery, you can actually just search for builds or use the links in people's descriptions of speed builds to go ahead, and it'll take you to the online gallery, and you can actually save it to your library from there. So when you go in game, there'll be a notification sometimes saying that, you know, check out the lot that you saved from the online gallery or something, and then if you just go into your library, you'll see it as well. So that's also a good way as well to easily find my builds. But like I said, my origin ID is Real Thomas TV1, so you can just go ahead and search it like that as well. I've actually been having a lot of builds recently on the Popular Now page, which is really weird, because you know, once we got this gallery update recently, you know how everybody is having trouble of builds not being discovered. It's something because it automatically defaults to the Popular Now page, so a lot of people's builds weren't getting seen on the newest page, which was a case for me as well. My gallery kind of went downhill, but now all of a sudden it's kind of like been picking back up again, and I've had a load of builds on the Popular Now page. The other day I had two kind of close together at the top, nearly together, which was really odd to see. So it's kind of course this will happen when we're going to be getting another update where they're going to be changing the default back to newest again. But you know what, I feel like that's going to be better for everybody, so I'm not complaining. But I just thought that was kind of, you know, of course that would happen for me when things actually start going right. And then it's going to be changed again, but I'm not, you know, it's a minor thing. Anyway, This right here is the garage area, like I was talking about at the start, where I did go ahead and change into a gym. So you can see that we're actually kind of putting a, what I was going to say, well, yeah, quite a few like gym equipment stuff. I couldn't really think what to call it there, because I thought, you know, it's a big family, so it'll be a good kind of thing to have, and also it is a big space to fill. So I thought, you know what, we might as well just go and put a couple of extra gym equipment items in there too. And you know, you may not use it all, but you can easily just go ahead and take it out. This home isn't that expensive, to be honest. 359,000 isn't that expensive. I mean, it is expensive, but for me, it isn't really, because, you know, some of my mansion builds in the last couple of weeks have been around like the 500 to 600,000 mark. So compared to those, it is pretty cheap, but, you know, maybe not in general terms. So this room right here is a bedroom. Now, I was going to make that into kind of like another sort of seating room with maybe a bar in it as well. But I was kind of starting to look at it and was like, there isn't really the space for it. It was kind of a very odd shaped room where I couldn't really fit a bar stools and sitting areas as well in that particular room. So I just decided to make it into a bedroom. And it's on the downstairs, which I haven't really done a lot actually in my recent builds. It always seem to be upstairs. It's not really a big deal, but I just went ahead and put that room down there as well. And then we're now working on the upstairs. As you can see, all of the hallways are already furnished. What I do is I mean, if you've been watching my builds for a long time, you'll know that I do cut out the footage for the hallways and bathrooms because, well, I normally just don't even record it, because it's such a boring room. I do the same thing pretty much all the time. I can't really think of, you know, 101 ideas to do for different bathrooms each speed build, so they do turn out to be pretty similar each time. Now, if it is going to be something a little bit different, or I just have a little bit of time in the speed build to include it, I may show one of the bathrooms or something, but generally I don't really show it. Anyway, so we're just working on more of the bedrooms here, and you know, a classic Thomas TV style is that all of the bedrooms are pretty much neutral. There's no really kind of, okay, this will be for this particular type of sim, this room's going to be for this type of sim. They're all really neutral, so you can move in really any type of family, and it can be great for them as it is, and then you can go ahead and change it up if you need to. I just like to keep that because I don't use my own builds. It's just something so I can keep it more open to you and more easily accessible, I guess I could say, for you if you download it, if that makes sense. And yeah, so right now we're working on this room, which is the master bedroom. Now, normally I say that it's kind of hard to decide on what's going to be the master bedroom of my builds because, you know, I do mansion builds all the time, so all of the bedrooms are pretty much, you know, ginormous. So it's kind of hard to pinpoint what's going to be the master bedroom and stuff. But I probably would say that this would be the master bedroom because it is a little bit bigger than all the other rooms, and also this has its own little seating area, ensuite bathroom, and it also has a balcony because on the side of the house it was a little bit kind of bare. I would say there wasn't really much going on with it, so I decided to go ahead and put a balcony, and also the living room that's below that bedroom also has one too. So I thought it was a nice idea, and it kind of added to that, you know, more luxurious master bedroom feel. So I thought that'd be nice to include. And I've got this room right here as well, which was kind of making me think, is this going to be the master bedroom or not? Because this one is also a pretty decent size, I would say, for a bedroom. And it also has a seating area, I believe, too. But, you know, this one doesn't have a balcony, so I decided to make that one into the master bedroom. And yeah, so we're pretty much finished with the build here. We're going to be heading onto the screenshots in just a second. I really hope you enjoyed today's speed build. In the comments section down below, let me know about what you thought of it. And if you have any more ideas for speed builds or mansion builds you want to see next week, then let me know in the comment section down below as well. You can go ahead and download this from the gallery. Like I said, my origin ID is real, Thomas TV1. Leave a like, share and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!